Hello, this is Anshul Fernando, and this is the next installment of the videos that I have in my series. I'm going to be talking today about the Agrias and Prepona group. These are stunning butterflies that come out of the Amazon basin. What I have before you here are butterflies that originate mainly from Bolivia. And what we'll find here is the butterfly called Prepona garlipiana. And then the purple colored ones are Prepona xenagris. These are the fastest flying butterflies in the world. You can expect them to fly as quickly as small birds. So you can imagine at the bottom of the rainforest canopy, it's very hard to acquire them, especially with a net. In order to be able to catch these fellows, you have to actually think in the most efficient way possible. So when I was in the Amazon, to be able to attract these guys, I had to figure out what they ate. And we experimented. We experimented with urine, with feces, with rotting different kinds of meats. In the end, what worked best to attract these, I took a little bit of ground beef. I urinated in the Tupperware container with the ground beef. I put some banana in there, beer, and some small pieces of fish. I sealed up the container and I put it in the hot sun and let it rot. And after the stench was unbearable for me, I would take that and I would go into the rainforest and I would place the juices of this rotting solution at different spots. But also I took a 5-gallon pail of pig's blood and I poured the pig's blood strategically at different locations, trying to figure out where the greatest amount of concentration of insects would come. And after about 4 hours of waiting, the blood started to stink and the other mixture that I had made started to stink and spread throughout the jungle, and these fellows would come and start drinking. Now, we never saw any females, but as they were drinking the fluids, they got so tired from drinking that they were not flying quickly. In fact, you could walk right up to the blood puddle and pick them up with your bare hands. So that's how I was able to get some of the fastest flying butterflies in the world, and that's why they're in such perfect condition. So the next tray I'm going to show you is a tray of Agrias. A tray of more Preponas that look very similar to Agrias. Now, these ones here, they have a different range in flight. So I got these females in Peru, and these ones are the males. And these ones down here, Prepona bruxiana, I got these guys in Mexico. And up here you can see the female Agrias narcissus female, and then Agrias narcissus tapayonis from Brazil as well. Quite stunning. Now you can see in this tray I've got Prepona and Agrias together, and they look quite related to each other. To get the colors red and blue in the same butterfly is quite uncommon, and these are regarded to be the true treasures of the Amazon basin. Now, if you'll notice, there are some little scent patches, these little hairs that come out from the hind wings. Those are scent patches where they flutter around and the pheromone signature is dispersed in the air, hoping to attract females for mating. Now, these are all part of the Nymphalidae family, and that should indicate to you that they have a territorial nature to them. They like to perch on different spots and make sure that no intruder comes their way. I'm going to show you what the undersides look like. They're quite stunning. I'm just going to take one of these specimens. You can imagine when the specimen is resting at the bottom of the rainforest floor, its wings are completely folded up, and that's what's visible. They blend right into the undergrowth. Very hard to see. And as soon as their wings start flapping, you get to see the bright colors. Here's an Archaeoprepona Pailini, and this is from Brazil, from the Rio Vermelho river. Quite stunning. And then finally I'm going to show you a tray of Agrias. And here we have some Agrias, both the inside and the underside, males and females. So this is Agrias Claudina croasis, form croasis, one of the most stunning butterflies to come out of the Amazon. This particular one is found in Brazil. Now if you notice, the females are quite a bit larger and they don't have any of the blue on them. Now Agrias and Prepona, they're attracted to rotting fruit, rotting meat, and if you know exactly which kind of rotting meat they're attracted to, you will attract that particular species. So when you're in the rainforest and you take, for example, rotting pork versus rotting beef, you'll have different species come to different meats. And it's through trial and error. The flight season where I got most of these specimens from are in the time period between September and December. Here are the undersides of what the Agrias look like. Quite stunning. Extremely fast flying and highly territorial. In my opinion, these are among some of the most beautiful butterflies in the world. And what I've noticed among collectors is that, I mean, if we look at this row here, you'll see some of the butterflies here having blue patches here, tiny blue here, almost no blue at all there. What ends up happening is that various collectors submit applications to create a different subspecies name for it. So it's a highly debated area whether it's truly a subspecies or not. So here's something that's really quite pretty. This is called Agrias Pericles peruviana, and it looks very similar to Agrias amidon trifon, but because there's a little bit of green in there and the undersides are different, it's given a completely different name. What needs to be verified is actually if these species do not interbreed with each other. And if they don't, and if their populations are distinct, and the females are truly different in the form from the other females that are similar looking, then it is a sufficient argument to give them their own distinct species status or subspecies status. But it's highly debated. And so as soon as you describe, or as soon as there is a newly described species, there's a whole bunch of value that's put upon that and the demand goes up. And that's why some of these butterflies are having applications placed on them to be entered into the CITES realm so that they're protected, so that the Convention of International Trade of Endangered Species regulates the trade of these guys. Now I acquired these specimens back in the early 2000s, and it's only now that these petitions are being made for the Amazon creatures that they're submitted into that. So there you have it. A little bit of information on the highly sought after group of Agrias and Prepona. Thank you for listening. If you guys liked this, please click like and subscribe and of course share. Thanks for watching.